Hey everybody, this is John. Happy New Year. Welcome to the free video, the last video of 2019 as we roll into 2020. So if we look at this, the first thing to kind of keep in mind, of course, is that the market's closed near all-time highs. From this swing high to swing low, we did push through that 1618 extension. We kind of came back and almost tested it the last trading day of the year and popped up a little bit. You can see there's a big fire line here. So a couple questions as we go into the new year. Do we just keep going straight up? Or do we pull back? And I'll talk about this a little bit more in the premium video, but one of the things that I'm really keeping an eye on here has been the 10-day moving average of the put-call ratio, which is kind of a low point that I've ever seen it. And generally what happens is when it gets that low, it doesn't take much just to trigger a sell-off. Okay, it gets low and triggers a sell-off, gets low, triggers a sell-off. Here it got low and we just got a really small sell-off, but I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of weeks sell-off in early January, and then from there we could go higher. So that's what I'm looking at. Of course, the market's going to do whatever it wants. As we get into the beginning of the year, generally what will happen is a theme of, there'll be some of the beaten down stocks, like the weed stocks and stuff like that. We'll look for those to bounce, and you can see that process already starting today. Pretty beautiful setup here in CGC. We picked that one up with a room today. If we get through this neckline, I'd actually look for, a nice little pop there. So that one looks pretty solid. And then from there, some of the stuff that I'm keeping an eye on are just some of the stocks that are pretty extended, like Apple. Definitely some reallocation and tax deferment selling possible for the beginning part of the year. And then most importantly from there, we just want to keep in mind that there are some pretty big squeezes on the weekly and monthly chart on some stocks, most notably Amazon. So Amazon, of course, big tech stock that hasn't really had a move yet, but I'm going to be keeping an eye on that weekly squeeze to see if there's anything that can get going there. And then if we look at the individual sectors, XLY, which of course is part of that, also in a weekly squeeze there, as is energy. You can see there's some interesting potential there. Utilities, I'm not too interested in that. And then, let's see, I want to look at some of the bigger tech stocks here and see what else was setting up. Yeah, because a lot of these stocks, of course, have already made their run. PayPal, that's got a weekly squeeze that's developing, so keeping an eye on that. It looks like it may have an opportunity to get something going there. And from there, a lot of the, let's see, I'm just scrolling off to the right here just to see kind of what's setting up. FLT, that was the one I was looking for here. So this is one that I like because not only has it come down into some solid support levels, it's got a massive weekly squeeze and could look for that to go higher as well. So the main thing as we go into the new year, keep in mind it's a good time to really reevaluate any trading that you're doing. Whatever happened in 2019, if you had a good year, congratulations. If you had a bad year, just do yourself a favor, wipe the slate clean, start fresh. Don't take all that baggage with you, because that's hard to bring any baggage from a prior trading year in the new trading year, because it will impact your ability to kind of manage trades effectively. So just kind of give yourself a clean slate, start fresh, start placing trades like a professional, keeping your records, and part of your New Year's resolution is take your next 100 trades following a plan and see how that does. It'll make a huge difference. All right, that's what I got. Real quick note on this. For those of you that are not aware, Danielle has a workshop coming up. And if you go to this page, simplertrading.com/star, you can get all the information there. And she's going to be focusing on trading options for consistent income with her 5-star options income plan. And the great thing about Danielle is what she's done, if you're not familiar with her, is she's been with us, gosh, 3 or 4 years now. But more than anyone, she's dissected everybody's strategies, and she's kind of taken the best of what for her worked, like with what Henry does and what Bruce does and what I do, and has taken the best of what works for her from everybody and created her own plan, and that's what she'll be sharing with you. So with this, there will be on Thursday, January 2nd from 4 to 6, just kind of a kickstart, getting back into trading with the new year. And then you'll have a live trading session on Monday, January 6th from 8:30 to 10:30, and then a couple of psychology sessions that we've done with this, and the psychology session has been very, very helpful for folks. And anyway, it's going to be an overall great overall plan to kind of get the new year started off right. And if you go to simplertrading.com/star, there's all kinds of information on this page. Check it out and get your new year started off on a great foot. All right. You guys have an awesome and safe new year, and we'll see you on the other side.